Hey folks, Jonathan here. Just turned daylight out here messing with the wrecker a little bit. You can see the dew still on it, but I wanted to show you something on these caps. This is a regular automotive cap. That is our equipment cap. You can see the difference in the height, and I noticed that when I went to put the tester on it. I had to do a little work to get that pressure tester to hook up. So if I was to put this cap on it, this shorter cap, you know, it would never build any pressure, or, you know, it would let the water actually come out eventually. So that's something to watch if you ever, you know, use a equipment radiator. So we're going to see if we can order up a new cap for this, but the long one, we'll use this one until we do though. It's only 7 psi, and I kind of like a little heavier cap than that. You know, I don't mind using, you know, a 12-pound, something like that, but we'll see what we can find. Just wanted to show you that, and getting ready to head down to a friend's place. Might take the camera along with me, but he has got a bunch of buses. Did a little looking online about buying that. I was going to order that hydro booster for this thing, and you know, they want to sell them without the electric motor on them and all that. And I think I've got one for parts that was leaking pretty bad out back, but we're going to go look at a couple buses, and I've gotten parts over the years. Matter of fact, these fenders come from them. These was the fenders that the cows rubbed against and beat up, but we got to do some fabrication remaking on them fenders anyway to clear our tires. But we're going to run and see if we can't maybe get a master cylinder and a hydro boost, but one or the other. We'll just look and see what's there. And there she is, boy. Well, there's just a hydrovac and a brake booster and some lines to run down. So now I just need to get some tools. That's old 7.3. It's a friend of mine's place. He don't sell any parts or anything, but he uses these buses for storage. And he's probably got 20, 30 buses. But like I said, he don't sell any parts, but if, you know, being friends, we help each other out, so he don't mind me getting parts. So, and this is not going to cost me anything, so, you know, worst comes to worst, it'd be a good core, but we'll go ahead and get this off, and we'll get it back to the truck. I got another one over there I'm going to look at too, just to take a look at it. I'll show you it too. Okay folks, I made it back from my buddy's place, and I got the entire booster with the pin, everything that I was missing, including the two rubber hoses that go down to the frame, which I had talked about before I was going to have to get. So, and of course he told me if I needed any of the other brake line parts to come back over and get them, so I may before it's over with. But there's an extra hose, and I think everything's going to work fine. It'll actually bolt right in place. It's I think that's the 9091 style, of course, and this is the 89 model truck, and I think there's a couple little changes. I think it's really just a sensor deal, one of the sensors on the for the brake pressure switch or brake pressure light, so it's not going to affect anything, not for what we're doing. We just want brakes, and good safe brakes. So I'll go ahead and get that up there, get it mounted, and we'll go from there. You know, U-Haul, if you notice this firewall's orange, these trucks came directly off the floor from International as U-Haul trucks. You know, they was ordered for that. These wasn't trucks that they picked up at the dealer and painted for U-Haul. So International had to deal with them, and when they built these trucks, there's some things on this truck that is, you know, just to International U-Hauls. It's not anything that they used on some of the other trucks. So, you know, you run into a few little things, but nothing major. So we'll get this changed over and on there, and I'll show you more in a few. Okay folks, we're missing the piece that goes around this, and from looking at the other trucks, it's nothing but a thin piece of steel. But the way this is, it's stepped down, and if we bolt that booster up, you know, it's not going to mount flush, plus there'll be some air leaks around it and such. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a piece and go ahead and mark the holes and drill it, and then put our center hole in for our, that goes around here, and I get it the right size. That'll help hold that boot in. So we'll go ahead and do that first, and then we'll see if we can get this bolted up. Show you more. Okay folks, we've got our piece cut out. We're getting ready to mark it for the holes. Just want to give you a little tip that I use. You know, a lot of people will lay like a pattern on, and then they'll tape it or such to mark their holes. But what I like to do is spray glue. Just spray a little bit on it, and I don't even let it dry. I just put this on there where I want it, hold it down, and see, it will go nowhere where it's at. So it's there for good. We'll go ahead and mark them. We'll drill them, leave the paper on while we drill them, and then we pull that off and take a little bit of carburetor cleaner, and that glue comes right off of it. So that paper's on there to stay. You don't have to worry about it moving around at all. And but that's what I prefer to do. When you tape it, you know, it's just, to me, too much of a chance of getting a hole off. We just want to do this stuff one time, not twice. All right, show you more. And as you can see, when you glue the paper on, it stays right in place. And we're going to keep it on there to draw that out, but as you can see, it peels right off. It's nice and sticky, but it'll come right on off, or you can put it back. So, works out really well. I like that a lot better than taping this stuff on. Alright, we're going to get our hole drilled out, or drawn out, and then we'll get that cut, and we'll be done with that plate. Show you more. Okay, all I did here was cut a hole over close to the edge. I'll take my jigsaw and go right around it, and that'll be done. Alright folks, there's our hole cut out. That's done. Now we can take our paper off. I didn't let it dry too good. A little sticky. A little bit of paper sticking on there. Took us a little longer than we should have probably. But like I said, that'll all clean off real good and easy. And we'll go ahead and do these edges a little bit, grind it a little bit, and we'll get it on there. I know our hole ain't perfect round, but it's good enough for who it's for. Show you more. Alright folks, we've got it on there. I just sprayed a little paint on it to keep it from rusting, but this is where things kind of get aggravating. I've got to put that up in there, and then we're just bolts coming through, and you can't be out here putting it on and in there holding it at the same time. So I don't reckon one of y'all want to help. So just kidding. I'm going to run in and grab me a bite to eat, and then I'm going to get my wife to hold them for me. Alright folks, we got our Hydro Boost on. Dark again of course, but busy day. But we'll get the lines hooked up tomorrow and we'll continue to work on it. Appreciate y'all watching, subscribing, commenting. Bye.